Yeah, we're about 30 seconds before we get started. Today is Total Body Circuit with weights. Have an assortment of dumbbells out in front of you. As always, have some water and a towel nearby. Today's workout is going to be tough. I like planning workouts. I always like to do something a little bit different, and today is no exception. So, as always, when I edit these videos and I put them online for you to go back and get, the entire workout notes is listed in the video description. So while we're going through the workout and you hear me talking and giving you cues, all of those notes are in the video description. So that's another good reason to go back and get them when it's time. Today's workout format, as always, is going to be on a circuit timer. We're going to be going through 4 exercises, 45 seconds of work, 0 recovery, maybe 5 seconds just to get to the next exercise. Once we go through those 4 exercises, we're going to take a 30-second break and then get into the next series of exercises. So you can plan on working for about 3 minutes at a time, short break, 3 minutes at a time, short break, 3 minutes at a time. I think you get the understanding there. So what we're trying to do is really get you to work hard, get a lot of muscles being used, kind of activate your heart rate a little bit, work on your endurance. Then we take a little short break and we come back and hit it again. Let's get started with our warm-up. Nice little scissor arms, get the upper body loosened up. Kind of squeeze those elbows back behind you. Now keep the arms up and bend them at 90 degrees, and we're going to fold down and fold back. Hold those hands parallel to the floor. Reach out in front of you. Feel it stretch through your upper back. Drop your chin to your chest. Now lift your head and pull back. Squeezing your shoulder blades together. Getting those elbows to the wall behind you. And do it again. Reach, stretch, lift, and pull back. One more time with that. In, push, and pull back. Get squat position with your feet. We're going to squat down. As we stand up from the squat, we're going to grab one knee at a time, pulling to our chest, pointing your toe to the floor. Squat, point to toe, knee to chest. Full range of motion in your squat. Get as much blood to all of those muscles as you can. Now we're going to turn that knee grab into a foot grab. So squat, pull that foot behind you. Don't hold it for too long. Remember, shift your body weight over. Feel balanced over that stationary leg. One more time. And we're going to go through a nice, easy hamstring stretch. Left foot out in front, right foot back behind you. Keep that left leg straight and just gently bring your chin towards your knee. Nothing too hard first thing. We're not fully warmed up yet. Switch. Right foot out in front. Keep it straight. Left leg bent. Last warm-up exercise, just a little torso twist. Take your feet shoulder width apart. Easy rotation through your spine. Pull the elbows back behind you. Lift the heel on that back foot as you turn. Good job, guys. 30 seconds before we get started, I'm going to do a quick run through of our first set. I've actually split this first set up into right side and left side. So the first 4 exercises we're going to do, all on the right side of our body. We're going to keep our left leg still. Our right foot's going to go to a forward lunge. Just tap in the center, and we're going to go back. So we're moving that right leg front to back. We're going to then go to a plank row, the dumbbell in your right hand, stationary on your left hand, and we're going to pull right through there. Drop to your knees, take that same dumbbell if you can, pop it right back to a tricep kickback, and then we're going to turn and open up the right side into a plank. Those are our first 4 exercises, guys. You got 15 seconds to get started. Have your dumbbells ready. I'm going to hold one dumbbell to get started with my lunges. Feel free, if you want to go through this first set with no dumbbells, make sure you're completely loosened up before you grab it. Here we go. Weights in my right hand, left leg still, everything on my right side. Here we go. Forward lunge. Tap in the center and go back. Remember, we're going through these 4 exercises with 0 rest. The only rest you get is the transition to get to the next exercise. Seconds to go. One more forward, one more back. Take it down to the floor. So my left hand is going to be on the floor. The right hand is holding the dumbbell. Feet shoulder width apart. Here we go. Pull that weight toward my rib cage, not toward my shoulder. And back down. Yes, there is a little bit of a twist through that upper body. You can rotate your hips if you want to, but what I don't want you to do is push back on the arm like this and pipe the hips up. Stay stationary in your center. You can do all the rotation you want, but don't go up and down with it. 10 seconds. Last one. Just drop to a knee, or both knees, same weight, same side, tricep kickbacks. If you have an assortment of weights with you, you may be dropping down for that tricep work, that's fine. Just have good form, back flat, abs contracted. Nothing's really moving but the forearm. The upper part of my arm is stationary, so I can activate that tricep muscles. 10 seconds. Then we move into that side open plank on that right side. 3, 2, 1. Drop the weight. I'm going to keep both of my feet on top of each other. Right arm's going to go up, and I'm just going to hold as steady as I can. My elbow is directly underneath my shoulder, and even though you can't see it, I'm constantly trying to push my hips up to the ceiling. It's an active push. Even though they're not moving anymore, still think about pushing it up there. We got 15 seconds to go. When we're done, we jump to your feet. We go to work on the left side. Same 4 exercises. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Coming up. I'm going to grab that weight in my left hand. Left leg's doing the moving. Right leg staying still. Make sure in your lunge you don't lean that upper body past your hips. Ten seconds to go. Last one to the back. Here we go. Hit the floor. Right hand is down. Left hand has the weight. Here we go. Off into that plank and pull. Remember, hips stay down. Let them rotate as much as they want. Pull from the muscles in your back, not just your hand or your arm. For me, I've got that dumbbell very relaxed in my hands. Not a lot of grip right there. The muscles that are working behind my shoulder, underneath my arm, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. To your knees. Tricep. Ready? Let's go. Remember, stabilize the upper part of your arm. The only part that moves is the lower part. So you hinge at your elbow, not your shoulder. So you're not doing this. Keep it steady and extend. Ten seconds. Last one. Good. Side plank. Again, I'm going with my feet on top. Challenges my balance a little bit more. Here we go. Up and hold. Try to keep that elbow directly underneath your shoulder. And again, always driving the hips up to the ceiling. At some point they stop moving, but you keep pushing. This is the last exercise for right and left. We take a 30-second break when we're done. Then we go right back to that right side work. 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job, guys. Take 30 seconds. And then we start over on that right side. Again, if you have an assortment of weights and you want a different challenge for this next go round, grab it. Same 4 exercises. We start on the right, then we go left. I'm going to grab a little bit heavier weight for my lunges. Keep the same weight for my plank rows. And ready? Let's go. Forward, tap, and back. Seconds. Last one back. Let's get to the floor. Plank rows. Remember, left hand on the ground, right hand's doing the pulling. Ready? Let's go. Take it up. Start moving. Maintain that position in your hips relative to the floor. Again, it can rotate, but don't let it go up and down. Ten seconds. Last one. Get to your knees. Tricep kickback. Ready? Let's go. These triceps are much harder after doing those plank rows. Although the tricep doesn't require in the pulling motion from the row, there is some stabilizing going on there. 15 seconds. Two more. Turn it. Plank. Ready? Take it up and hold. Again, you heard me say that I'm stacking my feet today. The option is to take one foot in front, the other foot behind. What that does is give you more stability from rotating front to back. It's not better or worse, it's just different, particularly if your center of gravity wants you to roll to the back. Remember, push the hips up and hold. Maintain that line of shoulder over elbow. 10 seconds to go. Remember, we bounce up and go to work on the left side. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it up. Grab a weight. Right side stays still. Here we go. Left side moves. Forward. Tap. Back. If you want some good news from the workout, I find this first section to be the most challenging of the workout today. So in essence, we're getting it over with, but we're also fatiguing a lot of muscles that you're going to need at the end. Here we go. Down to the floor, plank row, left side. Right side stabilizes, left side moves. Go. Again, as always, I'm trying to maintain a straight line from my supportive hand to my shoulder and not push away and not push my hips up. 10 seconds. 2 more. To your knees. Tricep kickbacks. Ready? Get it. Fifteen seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Turn to your plank. Stack your feet if you like. Here we go. Take it up. Steady, straight, and strong. That's what we're looking for right here. Belly button to your spine. Keep your hips tucked under you. Don't feel like you're sticking your butt out. Twenty seconds to go. We got a little break before we get to the next group. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job, guys. Great way to start in that first segment. We move to the next one. Less than a minute. So our first exercise does incorporate some balance. We're going to be going to single leg hip hinges. If you have good control of your balance, you're going to be holding 2 dumbbells and using that stabilizing leg for your balance. If you have trouble with your balance, I want you to only hold one hand in the dumbbell of the leg you're standing on. The other hand is going to be holding on to something so you don't lose your balance. After you do each leg, we're going to be heading down to the floor to do chest flies. And while we're on the floor, we're going to go through some crunches. Ready? Here we go. If you're with me and with 2 hands, right leg is down, left leg lifts. If If you're only using one hand, the weight is in the same hand of the leg you're standing on. So that would be right hand, right leg. Left hand reaches out in front for balance. Abs are tight, back is flat. Knee is slightly bent. You pivot from your hip, not from your low back. When we go to the other leg, I'm going to stay facing this direction because I want you to see where my hinge is. Right now you see me lifting that leg closest to you. I'm opening up my hip, putting a little bit more work into that standing leg. Last one. Here we go, we're switching, no rest. Here we go, take it down. So if you're watching, look at that spot right underneath my shirt, right on top of my pants. That's where the hinge is, not in my spine. My knee is slightly bent, so I don't do anything to that joint, and it helps me activate more leg muscles. 15 seconds. We're only just barely touching that back foot down into what we call our kickstand. So we can go keep that leg loaded in the front and go right back to work. Last one. Good, to the floor. Same weights if you can. Now we're going to flies, but we're going to do it from a bridge position. So glutes up, reach wide, don't rest on the floor, then come on back. If the flies are too much with the bridge, drop the bridge, but keep your abs activated by pushing your back to the floor. "15 seconds to go. Next exercise is going to be a crunch. And if a crunch isn't something that your body likes to do, you can bring your legs up and do leg raises. Last one right here. So if you're okay with not supporting your head in your crunch, take one of the dumbbells, hold it by the edge, and use it for an added intensity. Pull it over, crunch it up. If you need to support your head with one or both hands, then get them back there, as long as you're not pulling on your neck. Remember, we breathe in when we stretch back, we breathe out as we contract the muscle. 15 seconds to go. Last one. You got 30 seconds rest, and you're back on your feet, and we start that round again. Just 2 sets of each round, guys, not 3 today, just 2. So remember, we're starting with a single leg. Call it a deadlift, but I like to refer to it as a hip hinge. I call it a hip hinge because I really want you to think about the part of the body where you should be doing the bending, not at your back. Get your back out of this movement. You should not feel anything back there, whether you've got 2 dumbbells in your hand or just 1. All right, here we go, 5 seconds. Grab the heaviest ones you've got. Right leg down, left leg up. Ready? Let's go. Control the motion. Get down there slow, slight pause, come back up. We're only doing this for 45 seconds, but that doesn't mean I want you to rush through it and get an enormous amount of repetitions. I'd rather see you get quality feeling a muscle than rush through it, getting more reps but less work. 15 seconds. Last one. Quick changeover. Did anybody count? I have no idea how many I did there. It's not important. I'm just looking for the work, not the count. As always, anytime we do a left side and right side changeover, you're going to find one side stronger than the other. One side may have more balance. One side may have more endurance. And one of our goals is always to balance things out. Equalize left side, right side. 10 seconds. Last one right here. Get to the floor. Bridge up, and then crank to your flies. Ready? Let's go. No rest. Now be active in that bridge position. That means tuck your hips underneath you and squeeze. Again, you should not feel anything in your lower back. You take your back out of the motion by tucking your hips under. If you have a big arch in your back, you're not doing that properly. 15 seconds. Two more. Drop your glutes, keep a weight if you can. Pull it over and crunch. Let's go. Remember, leg raises are your option if crunches don't do it for you. Breathe in on the stretch back. Breathe out on the crunch up. "15 seconds. Last two. Weights down, you're up. A little bit longer rest, we move to a new group. Next 4 exercises. Simple, basic stuff. Shoulder press, squats, bicep curls, side shoulder raises. So we're going to be up, down, curling, inside. For me, that's a lot of changing of weights, because obviously lower body is stronger than upper body. Shoulders a little bit stronger than biceps. So if you have an assortment of weights, get ready for those changes. Again, first exercise, overhead press. 3, 2, let's move. Here we go. If you've trained with me for a while, you'll always notice on an overhead motion like this, I'm always in my kickstand. 1 foot slightly back. What that does is the trigger for me not to want to arch my back as I press the weight overhead. It's just something I know about my body that I want to avoid doing. Provides me a little bit of support. Feel free to stay in that static position and press if this works better for you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change weights, grab them big. Squats. Ready? Let's go. Remember, sit back like you're going into a chair. Make sure your feet are flat and you can power up through your heels. Knees move in the direction of your toes. So if you're facing forward like I am, that's the way your knees should be going. If you naturally have a slight turnout with your feet, that's fine. Just make sure your knees go in that same direction. Above all, flat back, strong core. 10 seconds. One more. Bicep curls. Change it if you need to. Ready? Let's go. You can keep the rotated angle like I have right now, or you can move into that rotation every time you curl up. Not right or wrong, just different. But just like on the tricep, the only part of the arm that's moving is the lower part. So you're not hinging from your shoulder like this. That's not a curl. Not quite sure what that is, but it's not a curl. Last one. Here we go, side shoulder raise. Ready? Let's go. Higher than your shoulder, not higher than your head. Slightly bending your elbows. As you go out with the weights, think about taking a deep breath in and lifting your torso tall. Don't throw it backwards. Just go tall. Lower the weights down instead of letting them fall and catch. 10 seconds. 2 more. Toughest part about this group, that's your last rep right there. You only get 30 seconds rest. And you remember what exercise is first? Shoulder press. So we're coming right off a side shoulder raise, going back into a press. Tough combination with minimum rest. 5, 4, 3, 2. Here we go. Give yourself a little power push at the top. So in other words, push and then lower it down. Power, control. "15 seconds. Two more. Weights down. Change it to your squats. Shoulder width apart with your feet. Here we go. Head up, shoulders back. Correct your posture every time you're up. Shoulders back. "15 seconds. Last 2. Bicep curls. Grab it, get your stance, go. "15 seconds. Three, 2, 1. Side shoulder raises. Last exercise in this group. Ready? Let's hit it. Shoulders taking a beating right now. "20 seconds. Higher than your shoulder, not higher than your head. Let your core help you. Lift the weights, tall in your posture. 2 more. Weights down, 1 minute rest, and we move into our last group. And guys, our last group, no weights. Get the weights out of your workspace. We don't need them. We're going to be on the floor the entire time with what I call finisher 4 exercises in our finish group. Push-ups, flip over, crunches, staying on your back for bridges, and then flipping on your back to a plank. Just like the other groups, 2 rounds of that. 45 seconds of work, transition time only to get to the next exercise. So I'm not gonna lie, getting into the push-ups after doing that shoulder work is gonna be hard, but it's there for a reason. Work it while you're tired. Use your technique to carry you through. I wanna see everybody start their push-ups on their toes. Get as much depth as you can. If you absolutely cannot push up any longer, then you can move down to your knees. Remember, push-ups, crunches, bridges, down to the floor. And you can thank me because that was a 2-minute break, not a 1-minute break. Ready? Let's see what we got left. Position and go. Again, don't worry about quantity. This is quality. Technique. Chest is the first thing to go down, not your hips. Your head reaches forward as you go down. If you drew an imaginary line from thumb to thumb, that line intersects with your upper chest, not your throat, not your chin or your face. So your head is clear forward. Hips are tucked under. Don't stick your butt out. Two more. If you have your towel handy, bring it with you. Flip over to your back. Use that towel as the head support for your crunches. We're doing basic. Feet down, crunch up as high as you can, and then come down halfway. If you're not on crunches like we were last time, let me have some scissor kicks, side to side with your legs. If you're crunching with me, I want to see your elbows out and your head just resting it onto your hands or that towel. Ten seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower your head down. Before you do your first bridge, do a pelvic tilt where you're pushing your back to the ground. Keep your hips tucked under you. Squeeze and go up. Come all the way back down. Do not let an arch get into your lower back. You've got to keep the pelvic tilt as you go up into the bridge. That ensures you're getting glutes and not in your low back. You want to feel it? Put your hands down there. You can feel those muscles much better if you're in a pelvic tilt first. So again, make sure you feel your back connect to the ground before you leave the ground. Don't just let your butt touch down there. Tuck it under, then lift. We got one more to go, then you flip over to a basic plank on your forearms. Ready? Let's go. Turn it over, forearms, and now, same technique. Tuck your hips underneath you. On this one, tighten the muscles in your quads. That'll help your legs go long. Close your eyes, quiet your breath. Think about your heels going back and your head going forward so you stay long. And you don't push your hips up in the air, which the only thing that's going to happen from that is you feel your back. 15 seconds. Now I really do want to use this as a finisher. So on my count, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go to your knees. Quickly sit back to a child's pose stretch. You're already in a position for the push-ups. 5, 4, 3, 2. Here we go. Push-ups. Last round. If you're tired and you want to give up, you've got to fight that feeling, guys. Come on with me. Technique. If you just can't push up anymore, hold a plank, but don't give in. Stay in some sort of strength pose. Two more. Turn it over. Let's see the crunches. Again, I'm going basic. Feet are down. Nothing fancy about this. I'm working on quality, getting that muscle to activate. Breath out as I crunch up, squeeze. Ten seconds. And we're going to move right into the bridge. When we go to the bridge, I want your feet a little bit wider than they were last time. Maybe the width of your mat. Ready? Let's go. Transition. Remember, pelvic tilt. Get your back down. Then you squeeze up. Come on down with it. Tuck it under. Squeeze it and go up. Keep your feet flat on the floor. Don't drive to the balls of your feet. Remember, you want to think about your energy going up. Next time you go up, stay there. Work on keeping the hips tucked under. Keep pushing up. Keep the knees out as wide as your feet. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop down, turn over. On your forearms. Ready for that plank? Go. Lengthen your legs by tightening your thighs. Tuck your hips under. Reach the crown of your head forward. Close your eyes, calm your breath. 20 seconds. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop to your knees. Sit back to a child's pose stretch. Come up to all fours. I want you to take your right foot to the outside of your right hand and then bring your body up. Start a little stretching here. So shift the weight of your body forward. Open up the hip flexor on the left side. Create a little stretch underneath. Take that left arm up and back. See if you can grab the elbow and pull back. Tricep kickbacks and push-ups. You should feel a nice stretch through your triceps, but as you pull back, remember, shift your weight forward. Be careful on this hamstring stretch. Sit back to your left heel, straighten your right leg. Come on up and we're going to switch. Left foot forward, right foot back. Shift the weight forward, right arm up. Grab your elbow and pull back. Shifting back into your hamstring stretch. Bring your body to both knees. And take a nice deep breath in here. Clasp your hands together, roll your shoulders back, let your hands go to the right, hips push to the left. And now other side. Hands left, hips right. Come back to center. Sit back into the balls of your feet. Your knees will come off the ground. Then drop to your heels. Lengthen your legs. Roll up one vertebrae at a time. Take a nice deep breath in. Hands come up. Reach wide, hands come back behind you. Interlace your fingers, roll your shoulders back, press away. Great way to start your Monday. Thank you all so much for coming in. I'll see you on Wednesday for Bodyweight Boot Camp. Remember, subscribe if you're not. Thumbs up if you like the workout. Remember, you can always get to me by emailing the link that's in my YouTube channel info. See you guys next time. Drink water, hydrate, and recover. Have a great week.